Dear child, listen closely. I am speaking to you with clarity, with truth, with the weight of heaven behind every word. You have been feeling something shifting. You have sensed a change in the air, a pull in your spirit, a quiet but undeniable movement in the heart of someone you care about. You are not imagining it. You are not reading too much into small things. What you feel is real. This person has been carrying emotions that they have tried so hard to hide, to silence, to bury under logic, routine, and fear. But love does not disappear because someone tries to ignore it. Love grows in the dark. Love spreads quietly. Love waits until the heart is strong enough to face it. This person has been fighting themselves. Not fighting you, but fighting their own fear. Fear of needing someone. Fear of being seen. Fear of being wrong again. Fear of letting someone matter. They have carried these fears for years, long before you ever entered their world. Wounds from their past pushed them to build walls. And those walls became habits. And those habits became a way of surviving life. But you didn't knock their walls down. You did something more powerful. You made their walls unnecessary. You showed kindness without trying to impress. Care without expecting reward. Presence without pressure. Your energy touched them in places they had locked away. Your spirit reached wounds they never told anyone about. Your light walked into rooms they kept hidden. And they felt it. They felt you healing them. Even when you didn't know you were healing anyone. You softened their fears. You awakened their courage. You stirred their soul. And that scared them. This person did not know how to handle a love that felt honest, pure, and spiritually familiar. They could deny attraction. They could deny interest. But they could not deny recognition. Your souls recognized each other long before your minds did. Denying this connection became impossible. Every time they tried to walk away, something inside them pulled them back. Every time they tried to distract themselves, you returned to their thoughts. Every time they tried to ignore their heart reminded them of you. I tell you with certainty, this person has not moved on. They have not forgotten. They have not replaced you. The bond between you is not fragile. It is strong, anchored, rooted in spiritual memory. But this person has been struggling internally. They have been arguing with themselves. One part wants to stay safe. One part wants to run to you. One part fears vulnerability. One part aches for your presence. One part wants to remain guarded. One part wants to confess everything. This war inside them has gone on longer than you think. There were nights they couldn't sleep, because their emotions were overflowing. There were mornings they woke up, wondering why their heart still whispered your name. There were days they pretended not to care, but their chest ached with longing. Their silence has not been emptiness. It has been pressure. It has been fear. It has been love without a voice. And now the pressure has become too much. The emotions they suppressed are rising. Their heart is waking up. Their spirit is aligning. And the truth they avoided is demanding to be acknowledged. You have triggered something deep inside them. Not obsession. Not fantasy. Something real. Something spiritual. Something divinely guided. They didn't understand why they felt this strongly. They didn't understand why they couldn't let you go. They didn't understand why your energy stayed with them long after your presence faded. But now they are beginning to understand. They are realizing that the way you touched them was not an accident, not coincidence, not a temporary emotional moment. It is destiny moving. Their heart is rearranging itself so it can make room for you. You have changed them. Your patience softened their rigid thoughts. Your presence melted their skepticism. Your energy awakened a quiet part of their soul that had been asleep for too long. They have been going through an internal transformation, a transformation that is powerful, uncomfortable, and divinely timed. I will tell you exactly what has been happening. They tried to detach. They failed. They tried to convince themselves that their feelings were temporary. They failed. They tried to block their heart. Their heart refused. They tried to ignore the signs. The signs grew stronger. They tried to avoid your memory. Your memory followed them. They tried to stay distant. But their spirit kept pulling them closer. This is why they have been acting differently. This is why their energy feels strange. This is why their presence has changed. This is why you feel them so strongly right now. There is a shift happening in their soul. A shift they cannot control. A shift they cannot deny. A shift they cannot suppress. This shift is pushing them toward truth. Toward connection. Toward you. They have finally reached a point where pretending no longer works. Where hiding no longer helps. Where silence no longer protects them. Where distance no longer feels safe. Their love for you is no longer something they can keep inside. Child, listen carefully. This person is preparing to step forward. Not halfway. Not cautiously. Not with confusion. But with clarity. With honesty. With intention. They are ready to reveal what they feel. Not because they suddenly realized it, but because they can no longer contain it. Their internal battle is ending. Their heart is choosing courage. Their fears are collapsing. Their old patterns are breaking. Their soul is aligning with truth. And that truth is you. They are approaching a moment where everything changes. A moment of confession. A moment of honesty. A moment of emotional release. A moment where they let their guard fall and let love speak. This is not a small gesture. This is not a casual message. This is not a quick conversation. This is something bigger. Something meaningful. Something life-altering. They want to show you their heart. Without filters. Without editing. Without calculation. They are preparing to tell you what they could not say before. How deeply they care. How strongly they feel. How long they have loved you in silence. You have been patient. You have been kind. You have been steady. Your spirit has done more for them than you realize. You helped them heal wounds they never talked about. You helped them trust emotions they were taught to fear. You helped them see themselves through your eyes. They never thought someone like you existed. Someone who sees beyond the surface. Someone who cares beyond convenience. Someone who listens with their heart. Someone who stays without being asked. You walk with a light that their soul recognizes. A light that brings calm to places inside them that were always shaking. This person has tried to forget you, but forgetting you was impossible. Because you were never just a person to them. You were a shift, a mirror, a breakthrough, a revelation. Now they are ready to give you what they were afraid to give before. Love that is open. Love that is present. Love that is consistent. Love that is intentional. They want to meet you emotionally. Not halfway, but fully. They want to show you that you are not imagining this connection. You are not holding on alone. You are not loving in one direction. They feel it too. They always have. They were just afraid to let you see it. But their fear is losing power. Their heart is rising up. Their soul is calling them forward. They are ready. They are ready to step toward you. With honesty. With devotion. With a heart that is finally willing to be seen. Child, do not doubt the timing. Everything you have endured, every delay, every silence, every confusing moment, was not punishment. It was preparation. This person needed time to break old patterns and heal old fears so they could love you correctly. The love they are bringing is not rushed. It is not confused. It is not unstable. It is mature. It is intentional. It is spiritually grounded. It is emotionally ready. And it is coming. You will feel it soon. You will see it soon. You will hear it soon. Signs will appear. Messages will arrive. Moments will align. Truth will unfold. This connection is entering a new phase. A phase of clarity. A phase of emotional honesty. A phase of spiritual awakening. This person is preparing to reveal their heart. When they do, it will change everything. And child, you deserve every bit of it. Dear child, before I continue, take a slow breath. You are entering a chapter that will change the direction of your life. The energy around you is shifting. You can feel it in your chest, in your intuition, in the way your thoughts return to one specific person, no matter how far they seem. Let me speak clearly. There is movement happening in places you cannot see yet. Conversations, reflections, realizations, inner awakenings, all unfolding in the unseen world, and all pointing directly toward you. This person is not who they were months ago. Their emotional world has been shaken awake. Their heart has been stirred by memories of you they tried to ignore. They don't admit it aloud, but you live in the quiet moments of their day, in their early mornings, in their late nights, in their thoughts when the world becomes still. They think about you when they least expect to. Your name rises inside them, like a whisper that they can't silence. Your presence comes back, even when they try to distract themselves. Your energy stays with them, long after the moment has passed. They feel you in ways they cannot explain to anyone else. Not because they are confused, but because the connection is spiritual, and spiritual connections are felt before they are understood. This person has been wrestling with the truth of their heart. They never wanted to fall for someone who touched them this deeply. They never wanted to feel vulnerable again. They never wanted their walls to break, their patterns to crumble, their defenses to fall. But love does not ask for permission. It enters. It expands. It transforms. And you were the one who walked into their life with a quiet power that shook their entire emotional foundation. You didn't force anything. You didn't chase. You didn't demand. Your presence was enough. And that presence has been echoing inside them every single day. Now, child, listen to me carefully. This person is going through a spiritual remembering. They are remembering the moments you thought they forgot. They are remembering the conversations you thought meant nothing to them. They are remembering your voice, your kindness, your patience, your warmth, and every memory is waking up a piece of their soul that has been waiting to open. For so long, they tried to keep their feelings hidden because their heart carried old scars. They were afraid that loving you would expose wounds they never fully healed. They feared getting close to someone who could actually touch them, someone who could reach the deepest parts of their heart and soul. And you reached places inside them they didn't even know existed. This frightened them, not because you did anything wrong, but because you did everything right. You mirrored back to them what real love feels like, what real connection feels like, what real intimacy feels like, what real vulnerability feels like. And for someone who has lived with emotional armor for years, that feeling was overwhelming. They tried to run from it. They tried to reason with it. They tried to bury it. But their heart never cooperated. The more they resisted, the stronger their feelings grew. The more they pulled away, the more they felt drawn back. The more they tried to forget you, the more your presence lingered. This was not obsession. This was alignment. This was destiny pushing them to stop running and start feeling. Child, the angels have shown me clearly. This person is done hiding. Something inside them has shifted. They see you differently now. Or rather, they finally see clearly what has been true all along. They see your worth. They see your loyalty. They see your heart. They see your soul. They see your authenticity. They see the way you love. Without games. Without manipulation. Without pretense. They see that being loved by you is not a risk. It is a blessing. A blessing they almost lost because of their fear. Now they are ready to step toward you with the courage they never had before. Let me explain what is happening within them right now. They are questioning why they didn't tell you sooner. They are regretting the emotional distance they created. They are realizing that you were always the one whose presence made them feel safe. They are recognizing the difference between people who cared temporarily and you who cared sincerely. They are thinking about what they would say to you If they could speak without fear, they are imagining. The first honest conversation with you, they are rehearsing. How to open their heart without shaking. This is not fantasy. This is preparation. Their soul is preparing to reveal the truth. You may not see movement yet, but movement is happening. In their thoughts, in their emotions, in their decisions, in their plans. You feel this because your souls are connected. You sense their energy shifting because they are coming closer. Child, you have doubted yourself. You have wondered if this connection was one-sided. You have questioned if you imagined the depth. You have feared that you were holding on to something that was never real. Let me tell you the truth. With absolute clarity, you were not wrong. You were not delusional. You were not misreading anything. Your intuition has been accurate. From the beginning, this person loves you far more deeply than you realize, and the emotions you feel are reflections of their emotions, mirroring back to you. Your souls communicate, even when your mouths stay silent. You are not waiting alone. They are on the other side, feeling everything too. This is why your heart pulls toward them. This is why your thoughts return to them. This is why their energy feels familiar. This is why you sense their emotions, even at a distance now. Let me tell you what comes next. This person is approaching a breakthrough moment, a moment where their heart will override their fear, a moment where silence will no longer be an option, a moment where the truth will rise inside them with a force too powerful to resist. They are preparing to tell you everything, not halfway, not with hesitation, not with confusion, but with clarity, with truth, with depth. They will speak from their heart, not from fear, not from pride, not from habit. Their energy is shifting into openness. Their spirit is aligning with courage. Their emotions are becoming too heavy to carry alone. They need to release them. They need to tell you. They need to stop hiding. When they come forward, it will not be casual. It will not be vague. It will not be light. It will be real. It will be vulnerable. It will be honest. You will hear things you have waited to hear for a long time. Words that will touch you deeply. Words they never gave anyone else. Words they kept locked away because they were afraid of how much power you had over their heart. They are ready now to give you that power because they trust you, and they trust that this connection is meant. Child, the angels want you to understand something important. Your patience has not been ignored. Your loyalty has not been wasted. Your love has not been unnoticed. Your presence has not been forgotten. You changed this person. You awakened them. You healed them. You softened them. You inspired them. You challenged them to grow. You opened doors inside them they never knew existed. And now the universe is aligning to bring both of you into the same emotional space at the same time. This is divine timing. This is alignment. This is purpose. What comes next will surprise you, not because it is sudden, but because the truth is finally ready to rise. Expect communication. Expect clarity. Expect vulnerability. Expect movement. Expect honesty. Your heart has been preparing for this moment, and so has theirs. The angels are guiding every step. They are protecting the connection. They are clearing obstacles. They are healing old fears. They are creating the perfect atmosphere for truth to emerge. You will not have to chase. You will not have to beg. You will not have to prove anything. You will not have to force anything. This love will come to you on its own, because it is meant, because it is true, because it is aligned. And when it comes, your life will shift into a new chapter, a chapter of mutual love, a chapter of emotional intimacy, a chapter of clarity, a chapter of forward movement, a chapter where you are no longer guessing, but knowing. This person is ready to choose you, to love you, to show up for you, to build with you, to grow with you, to heal beside you. Their fear is dissolving. Their courage is rising. Their heart is opening. Their truth is forming. Prepare yourself. Prepare your spirit. Prepare your heart. Because what is coming is powerful, beautiful, and transformative. This is not just love. This is destiny waking up. This is alignment taking shape. This is the universe delivering what was always meant for you. And child, you are ready.